You've got Dwarf, Shorty.
I've been called banana legs.
Oompa Loompa.
Littlun, Nipper.
Pipsqueak.
There are 66 million people living in the UK, and just 7,000 of us have the rare genetic condition of dwarfism.
The one that's universally hated is the M word.
Midget.
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 I think it's quite unanimous that everybody hates that word.
In this new series, we follow the ordinary lives of extraordinary people.
Thank you very much for the support coming out.
What can I say? I'm a charmer.
Whose short stature gives them a unique perspective on life in Britain.
People have always shied away from me due to my condition.
You do get people to take photos of you.
This young girl said, "Mummy, it even wears high heels."
This time, the little Britons defying expectations to make their mark in the world of work.
Yes, Chun is sexy! Woo!
And what some little people are being asked to do for money.
Yeah, this is me in Malta with this baby mask. This baby mask is terrifying. What a normal stag do would be without a little guy handcuffed to the stag.
We meet the comedian who uses her short stature to get big laughs.
Put your phones away, I'm not a Pokemon.
And the man who proved his doubters wrong by becoming the world's shortest bus driver.
For a lot of people, they would think, this little man, how could he drive this monster?
We also find out how the bodybuilder with dwarfism fares against competitors twice his size.
If I can't get any taller, I'll just get massive.
Chun is 24 years old and lives in London.
My best is 120 kilograms, which is three times my body weight.
He was born with a rare genetic condition occurring mostly in men, which affects his bones.
The condition I have is called, it's really long-winded, it's called X-linked spondylopiphyseal dysplasia tarda, which is basically like dwarfism of the spine.
Despite his spinal condition, Chun has powered his way to become the shortest competitive bodybuilder in Britain.
What?
But Chun's height meant he developed a problem with the sport as a teenager.
When I was younger, I thought my condition was my weakness. My bodybuilding and fitness journey was like me overcompensating for my height. So I was like, oh yeah, if I can't get any taller, I'll just get massive. And I remember I got like really massive within like 1 year of training. I actually went through a pretty unhealthy stage. I did get like a bit of an addiction. I got body dysmorphia. So at one point, which I felt like I need to be bigger and bigger, and you know, I wasn't good enough.
That's it. 3. Right, 10.
It was like this sort of like perfectionism in my head. Yeah, it was a way to like develop my confidence. I got to a point though where I felt I had to sort of change my mindset and just be happy with where I'm at.
Chun has overcome his addiction to exercise.
Mate, the nice ones are always a killer.
Yeah. I didn't realise you're doing that wide.
And is now taking on another huge challenge, competing against men twice his size in a national tournament.
At the moment, I'm training for a bodybuilding competition. I'm actually feeling a bit nervous for this one. It's going to be pretty big. There's going to be a lot of people there.
There's a 1 in 25,000 chance of being born with dwarfism. And when you're shorter than everyone else, being in a relationship can have its challenges.
You know, remember when we used to bring Junior over here and he used to go in the river?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
27-year-old Darius is 4 foot 6 inches tall. His girlfriend Ellie Groves is 25 and at 3 foot 4 is the height of an average 4-year-old.
I nearly fell in.
And she has.
Yeah, no, that's not nice.
They live in Chelmsford and have been together for the past 5 years.
I never pictured myself to be with a tall or a small person. I never knew who I was going to end up with. But at the minute, or...
At the minute?
Sorry.
I think I should take off, to be honest.
Sorry.
There are just 7,000 people in the UK with dwarfism. Some meet their partners at little people conventions, but Ellie met Darius online.
A lot of people think that we're sweet and cute, you know, because he's a small man, small woman walking down the road and that.
This is Ellie's first serious relationship, and while Darius has dated average-height women before, this is the first time he's been out with someone with dwarfism.
I was pretty lucky in the chances that I had, I would say. Like, some would be like a bucket list thing, you know, and stuff, and like, I'd just be out and they would literally come up to you and tell you straight away, I would love to sleep with you or something, you know, or, oh my gosh, like, I've never slept with a little person before and stuff like that. And obviously being a young man with less experience, obviously you'd stand there, you know, and like lap it all up, really.
Those days are long gone. Darius now wants to settle down with Ellie, and they have big plans for their future.
Do you want to get the griddle pan?
I think our ideal scenario, I think everyone has a dream, is to have a home, a happy life, and have a happy family.
You don't want this horse? We don't want nothing different. We just want, you know, the normal modern fairy tale, I'd say. You know, nice place, children, one day, you know, grandkids and so forth. You know, that's about it.
But when you have dwarfism, having a fairy tale future is easier said than done. Coming up, we reveal the divide within the little people community over earning a living through your height.
When you are small and they call you a freak and people laughing because what you're doing, I don't believe in it.
And we meet the stand-up comedian getting big laughs out of her short stature.
Then it dawned on me I must look like one of the ghosts in the Pac-Man video game.
Norwich in Norfolk.
Hello, it's Taneli. Are you close?
Taneli Davis is 48 years old and originally from Canada. She has a rare form of dwarfism called diastrophic dysplasia. It affects just 1 in 100,000 people and means she's 3 foot 6 inches tall.
There's definitely a hierarchy within the little people community. Diastrophics, I don't think we see ourselves as top dog by any means. What I have noticed, all diastrophic dwarves that I've met are very bossy. Look at how pretty it looks!
Taneli's condition means she relies upon a mobility scooter to get around.
That's gonna be nice and hot on my booty. We all have long body trunks and very short legs and short arms. This is very diastrophic right here. This is called a starfish hand with a hitchhiker's thumb. I'm not gonna be flagging down a lot of lorries with this baby. Whee!
She's also a successful stand-up comedian and is one of only a few who have dwarfism.
I kind of try to be oblivious on people's reactions. Yes, I'm a ginger dwarf on a mobility scooter. Another one. We're a dime a dozen.
Taneli has been performing in the UK for the past 15 years.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
And when it comes to comedy, she has no problem using her condition as part of her act.
Anybody that says don't talk about your height, I go, no, forget it. This is a gold mine.
Please welcome to the stage, Miss Taneli Davis.
The feedback I get, you know, has been amazing from people from like, oh, we learned a lot. Yay! These are funny situations, and why not laugh at them? The doctor that delivered me freaked out. He's like, oh my God, he told my parents, I don't know what's wrong, but she's not gonna make it through the night. I did. I think the best part about being a dwarf is just, you know, being unique, being different, and, you know, being able to express to people that it's okay and to share my differences and try to dispel the myth that our lives are tragic.
Taneli's condition means that sometimes she struggles to get on the stage.
I've lost Chris. All right, it's all right, no, I've lost my people. There we go. Push Tony, yeah. Woohoo, thank you. All right, we're back. I've just had to adapt. That's what we do to survive. And, you know, just get on with things. I've got stuff to do and I'm gonna do it.
She performs nearly 200 comedy gigs a year, but the best is yet to come, because she's been invited to support Jason Manford on his nationwide tour. It'll be her most important gig of the year, giving a big boost to her career.
Thank you very much for the support and coming out, guys. Thanks a lot. Tell your friends. Thanks a lot.
I'm just checking my wipers are properly done and the lights are on.
56-year-old Frank Hatcham is 4'6" tall and is originally from Iraq, but he has been a British national for the past 20 years.
I adopted Frank because a lot of my friends, they couldn't pronounce my first name, which is Faik. And I'm happy with this. Frank, I am Frank. That's what I like about Frank, because I am Frank as well.
He works in Chichester, West Sussex, for the bus company Stagecoach.
I'm using this stick because I can't reach these ones, the destination board, so I use the stick. Some of them are really, high. Even other drivers, they suffer with that.
According to the Guinness Book of Records, Frank is the shortest bus driver in the world.
I am very proud of that, to be honest, and my family is proud of me as well. For a lot of people, they would think, this little man, how could he drive this monster, you know what I mean?
And although Frank has passed all his bus driving exams, in the beginning, some of his passengers also struggled to believe he had the ability to drive a double-decker bus.
When I started driving buses, I was thinking some people will not even bother to get on my bus, and it did happen a few times. Some passengers, they come in, they just want to pay their money, and they decide, oh, sorry, I'll go to a different one.
But Frank has turned around the public's perception.
Passengers, they like to see someone who's working hard. I am a hard-working person, and most of the passengers, they don't care as long as you do your job properly.
Frank's colleagues similarly took some winning over.
Because of his size, there was a few people saying, how's he going to cope at the end of his training, his route learning and everything else. We all became, or learned, to respect the guy because of his height and his achievements and what he's achieved out on the road as a bus driver.
My colleagues are my friends, to be honest, and I am so honored to be with them.
But after 2 years in Chichester, Frank is starting over, moving to a new depot in Portsmouth to be closer to home.
This is a different area, different passengers, different colleagues, and a different chapter in my life as well.
Will he be able to convince the people of Portsmouth that he's up to the job? Central London. And unlike Frank, bodybuilder Chun pays his bills by working in the entertainment industry.
I think with people using restricted growth as a means of finding work, I personally think it's absolutely fine as long as it's ethical. I'm a male performer. We always try and make it fun and have like a bit of like meaning behind it, and we're always trying to like surprise the crowd.
Tonight, Chun is using his impressive physique to take part in a cabaret show as a stripping Oompa Loompa.
So some people have said to me, "Oh, like you can't dress up like that because sometimes we get called like an Oompa Loompa or whatever." So they think, yeah, I shouldn't dress up like this.
And please welcome to the stage the legend, Chun.
I don't particularly feel much pressure from the restricted growth community. If I felt exploited or whatever, then I wouldn't do it.
This was an old one. This was an old one with me and when I was doing events.
Darius also uses his height to make a living.
That was like a shipwreck theme.
In the past, he's been paid to be handcuffed to grooms at stag parties, but he currently works as a host for a high-end bar in central London.
I would like to sit there and say there is more about me to my job, but there isn't. Yeah, this is me in Malta with this baby mask. This baby mask is terrifying. You literally just go for a meal, you go from pub to pub, do pub crawls, bar crawls, and what a normal stag do would be without a little guy handcuffed to the stag. Little people for years and years, for all throughout history, have been used as comical gimmicks. Even in movies and TV today, they're still getting used as that. And I don't see that as a problem as long as it's done in a tasteful sense.
There's an industry for little people being hired for stag and hen do's, but bus driver Frank questions whether it's ever right to use your height for work.
I'm not that person who believes in making money or getting a job for other people to laugh at you because you are disabled. I think this is absolutely wrong. When you are small and they call you a freak and people laughing because what you're doing, I don't believe in it. You could do what you want in your life, but this is their choices. But for me, I don't believe in it.
Despite enjoying working in the entertainment industry, Darius is now looking to switch career.
One day, obviously, I'd like to get out of nightclubs. I don't want to be a dad and stuff and going out late hours of the night.
Ellie's brother Bobby could hold the key to his dreams of moving on. He runs his own oyster company, and he's now hoping to bring Darius into the business.
I'm looking forward to, obviously, to what is the next step and to what is the future.
That's where the oyster beds are, so they run all the way up there, all the way up there, and we've got about 14 acres.
I don't think having restricted growth or being shorter than other people has anything to do with whether it's going to affect his, it's not going to hinder him at all. It's about his hands, it's about his personality and his knife work.
Makes it seem a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, well, considering we go through so many.
I think that this is a very great industry to be in. Everyone is so nice and humble and everything, and no, I don't see it as anything other than a positive for me being small going into this industry.
Coming up, we reveal the story behind Taneli's nightmare rail journey that went viral.
And I'm sick of this, having to deal with this all the time.
And we follow Chun as he uses his newfound confidence gained from bodybuilding to go speed dating.
What'd you have to do there?
So scare the living daylights out of people.
Yeah.
So you all know I'm a little person, but people think that maybe because I was a little person that I was a little baby. But I wasn't a little baby, was I? No, I was a big baby with a big gigantic head.
Norwich. And before performing at her biggest gig of the year supporting Jason Manford, Taneli Davis is playing to what could be her toughest audience yet.
I look like Humpty Dumpty.
Her presentation to children on how to deal with bullies is a stark reminder of when she was in school.
It wasn't until I started kindergarten that I heard the word midget. And it was like, midget, 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 you're the midget, oh my God. And I came home crying because I thought the kids were swearing at me. And I didn't understand what this midget thing was. So my parents just had to be like, well, that's not a good word, but don't worry, you know, you're fine. But that's when, you know, it was pointed out to me that I was different.
Such experiences for people with dwarfism are not unusual, particularly when you're young. Frank Hatcham lives in Havant near Portsmouth, but he was born in the war-torn city of Basra in Iraq. It proved a tough place to grow up, especially as a little person.
The first day out of school was like a nightmare for me. So many kids, you know, they were, you know, trying to take the mick out of me. They tried to bully me. And not just Iraq, but Middle East, disabled people are not accepted. Some of them, they even, you know, think these people shouldn't be live, you know, they should be eliminated.
Frank came to the UK 20 years ago, becoming a British national in 1996. He's since started a family of his own and has 2 daughters, Talia, who's 11, and 6-year-old Mariam.
Talia, this is yours. What do you want to drink?
When you have dwarfism, there's a 50-50 chance your children will inherit your genes.
Once, when I was riding my bike to school, I saw you in the bus.
Oh yes, that's right. Give me 5.
Oh.
Give me 5.
In Frank's case, his eldest daughter is average height, while his youngest shares his condition.
Good girl. It does make you feel guilty, you know, for my side, you know, because, you know, she took my genes. As a parent, emotionally, you get upset. And I didn't want to have a child to suffer the same way I suffered. We always look on the bright sides of life, as we say, you know. We just keep going. And I'm so happy because I've got the most beautiful girls in my life. The most beautiful girls.
Darius and Ellie also dream of one day having kids of their own.
Huh? Yeah.
Like,
But they recognise their dwarfism is a serious consideration. Ellie has corneased dysplasia, a rare form of dwarfism which can cause serious complications during pregnancy, and it's a condition which can be passed on to your children.
I don't personally know a lot about it because I've never met a lady with kidneys who have had children.
So Ellie and Darius are visiting Kelly in Grantham, Lincolnshire.
Hi, you're right. You're Kelly. Ellie. You're right. Oh, you're right. Come in.
At 4'10", Kelly also has corneased.
What breed is she? She is a Chalky Cross Maltese.
She's mum to Elise, aged 11, and 14-year-old Amber Lee. They both have inherited the condition, so Kelly's fully aware of what could lie in store for Ellie.
I don't think many people expected me ever to have children, you know. And I did have some nasty comments when I was pregnant, especially with Amber Lee. You know, I have had people say that I shouldn't have been allowed to have children. Amber Lee was £4.1.
Wow.
And Elise was £3.15.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
they were,
that's really
but obviously they were both premature. Are you concerned about how you'll manage the baby?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried that my back's going to give way a lot.
Yeah.
Not that it does generally,
Yeah.
but I reckon it might take its toll.
Yeah.
But
I would say the pregnancy probably will on your spine. When I had Amber Lee, I couldn't walk without crutches, and everybody was like, "How is she going to manage?" You just do, like you said, you adapt. You find your own way of doing things. All the stuff I've been through, and I've still managed to bring my kids up, you know. Yeah, has it changed your mind, or?
not at all.
No.
No.
Did it make you feel better about it?
Yeah.
It is a difficult decision to make, obviously.
Yeah.
But You know, if that's what you want to do, then do it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't.
London, and Chun's bodybuilding competition is fast approaching.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling lean, and with a bit more cardio, I think the water weight's just going to come off. And yeah, looking forward to showing it off on Sunday.
But before the tournament begins, Chun wants to overcome another big challenge in his life. Unlike Ellie and Darius, he's currently single and feels his dwarfism is the main barrier to him being in a steady relationship.
How much are the mangoes? Yeah, could I have one? When I went to secondary school, that I was crying myself to sleep every night. I didn't know like what I was going to do with my life, and I didn't know how I was going to get a girlfriend and start a family, and I just felt completely lost. And yeah, I didn't feel like I wanted to live.
But tonight, he's hoping to change his fortunes.
Just trying on a few different outfits and to see if I can impress the ladies. I'm trying to get something that, you know, makes me stand out even more. I like this top, but the pink might give off like a bit of a wrong impression. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for this one. This is my favourite top though. So I've only dated one girl with restricted growth in the past. I think for little people, we don't like think about how short we are, and then when you're like with someone the same height, you're like, oh, I'm that short. Like it's like a reminder.
Chun's attending a Date in a Dash event in the heart of Soho, where guests have speed dates with other singletons.
Yeah, it feels pretty low to the ground, the seat, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try and sit on one of these seats. It looks like a bit higher.
Each person is given a scorecard, allowing them to feed back their date rating in secret.
I will collect this at the end of the night.
Okay, and then what, you read them out? Or?
No, I don't read them out. No, this is clandestine.
Oh, okay, so what? So you collect it and then what happens?
And then I do the admin tomorrow.
I was just writing down a few questions that I brainstormed on the way here. It's like, what's your biggest fear? What's your biggest passion in life? And what is your greatest life achievement? I don't feel 100% confident that I will find the woman of my dreams, and I tried to put my height and everything else to one side and just like express from inside like who I am. Really hoping it does happen. You gotta be like pretty, like kind of confident to speed dating, I think.
You do, yeah. Like I guess I'm an actor anyway.
Oh really?
But at the moment I'm just working in Friday nights in Port Park.
Oh okay, yeah.
Which is cool. So I'm in.
What do you have to do there?
Huh?
What do you have to do there?
So scare the living daylights out of people.
Yeah. With dating apps, I find it's not really like conducive of like expressing my personality, and I think they can see like I'm short on there anyway. So I think girls have like that preconception. You have to like swing, and you have to grab onto this net, and I missed it by like an inch, and I just went straight into the wall. Meeting people in person, that's where they really get to see who I am, and if we like click together.
After 4 minutes, each person needs to secretly rate their date. Both speed daters tick yes, then it's a match.
It was when like the parachute went up and I was like, oh, okay, everything's all right.
I think I made a pretty good impression. I tried to express my personality and ask some different questions. And yeah, I hope they'll tick yes as well.
Taneli has found her match in partner Kevin. He's originally from the United States, and they've been engaged for the past 4 years.
Well, I think a lot of people assume that I'm going to be with a little person when they find out that my ex-husband was 6 feet tall and my current one's 5'8". You know, they kind of get a bit shocked, but to us it's normal. You can't, you know, when you fall in love with somebody, it shouldn't matter what shape, color, size they are, you know, and Kevin's one of the most loyal, loving men I've ever met.
But last year, Taneli and Kevin hit the headlines when on the way to a gig, they had a travel nightmare using Great Western Rail.
I was on a train from Plymouth to London, and all of a sudden there was all this commotion, and this woman basically insisted that she needed to have her baby pram in the disabled spot. She was forced to move out of my wheelchair space because of the train guard sided with her and told me I needed to move my scooter, which is completely illegal, but for some reason he really stood his ground. So I had to sit in the vestibule when the wheelchair space was not reserved.
Yeah, I understand that.
But she has to do it all the time.
We are now getting kicked off the train because I refuse to move for a baby pram. The train stopped, he threatened to call the police on us, and basically it was humiliating. I cried for most of the journey home, which was really embarrassing. And I'm sick of this, having to deal with this all the time.
The footage went viral, leading Great Western Rail to admit they had got it wrong and Taneli should not have been asked to move. The case led Taneli to set up the Scooter Girl campaign, aimed at highlighting disability rights, and she's working with the rail network on improvements.
It's something I feel passionate about, and I'm just going to keep making noise until they listen.
Portsmouth, and it's an early start for Frank Hatcham as he begins a new chapter in his life as a bus driver.
Good morning.
Oh, morning, you must be Frank.
Yes, it's Frank.
Right.
How are you?
How are you, mate?
Nice meeting you.
If I could introduce you to Kay, show you around the depot.
Morning, Frank.
Good morning, Kay. Nice to see you.
You're with me now for the week?
Yeah, certainly. No problem at all. Today is the first day in Portsmouth. It's my induction day, which is they're going to show me the new depot, which is I don't know that much about.
Being new to the depot, Frank will have to undergo further driver training under the supervision of his mentor, Kay.
So it's down as far as it will go?
It's not on. Is it the... yeah, that one, yeah. Buses are like horses. You know, you ride a horse sometimes, and a horse, fine with you, and some horses are wild.
If the bus is off, you can press the check button and it does it all for you.
Oh, that's good. So you have to train them to accept you. That's fine, yeah.
Frank shares each bus with average height drivers, so there are no special adaptations, but he does alter the seat to make this huge vehicle easier to drive. His mentor, Kay, won't let him go on the road unsupervised until she feels it's safe to do so.
Frank obviously has got some experience of the area, but again, it's down to me to be his brain, his eyes, his ears, basically be him. I'm going to be everything about him except what he's actually doing for himself.
Apart from having to learn a complex new bus route, Frank also has to overcome his own physical issues.
Driving a bus, it is, painful sometimes. Yeah, of course. Especially with my hands, my fingers are really, sore. Even though, all this pain, I still have to smile because people are paying for their, being traveling. So why should I be miserable?
Driving, he's not going to have any problem whatsoever. He's on his own, I'd say within 2 weeks. In terms of socially, can I turn my head just slightly? We've actually lost Frank. He's over amongst the group of drivers over there. We're not wanted anymore. I think I might just go home. We're surplus to requirements.
Frank already
Days gone really well, I found the people are very nice, very friendly. So I'm sure I'm going to do very well. And I think the future looks really bright.
Coming up, we find out if Chun gets that second date, and we see him take on the bodybuilding world. And Taneli hits the big time with comedian Jason Manford.
That was great.
Yeah, it was fun, actually.
Really great.
Comedian Taneli Davis's form of dwarfism means she has to take a cocktail of pills every day to manage her pain.
I just started this one. It's like zinc or some other thing that's supposed to be good for arthritis. Doesn't seem to be helping much.
But recently, her health problems have come to a head.
In 2008, I had spinal surgery. Since then, I have accumulated scar tissue on my spine, and in the middle of my back, the scar tissue is now overgrown so much that it is now causing compression. We went to the A&E. Their solution is just live on pain medication, which I'm not happy with because I'm not a good druggie. I've had a couple of low moments the last couple of days because it's like, you know, I'm unstoppable. I'm Taneli, unstoppable me, you know, and it's just, I deal with so much stuff anyway. I'm like, what the hell? Why now another thing? Like, come on. I'm coping as best I can, and then now, you know, yeah. It's a struggle. I'll get through. I do.
Despite the pain, Taneli is determined to keep working. Her next gig is at Leicester's de Montfort Hall. It'll be one of her biggest shows of the year, an opportunity too good to miss.
I am doing tour support for the fabulous Jason Manford on his Muddle Class tour. It's very exciting.
But as with any new venue, Taneli's dwarfism throws up hurdles few other comedians have to face.
They put monitors on the stage, which are lovely because as an act you can hear yourself so you don't end up blowing out your voice. However, the monitors are quite high and I'm sit on the stage. The monitor actually cuts off my body so the people see me.
Can we unplug the monitors?
Yeah.
And then just take them off and then we'll set them in the interval?
Yeah.
Oh.
Should we do that?
Yes, I don't want to be
Fine,
I don't want to be a pain, Dave.
Look, let's make it work for you.
Okay. Well, that would be great. And just because I'm small and I sit down, that the monitors are literally going to cut me in half.
Ladies and gentlemen of Leicester! Welcome to the show. Please put your hands together for my sport tonight, Tanel Davis!
Hey! Oh, you weren't expecting this, were you? I heard people gasping. Oh, put your phones away. I'm not a Pokemon. Oh, so you're like, hold on, look at her. It must be so difficult. Look at her. Oh, it's such a rough, you know. Oh, look at her. It's very difficult, you know, being ginger. Getting older does not help when you're constantly on the move. I mean, I was just gone for 10 days and I was performing in a different city every single day. Oh yeah, I know some of you are not sure if you should laugh. You're like, oh God, we might go to hell. Oh, you will. Then I try to move to try to loosen up and I'm on stage sitting there doing my act going, oh gosh, I'm telling you, this bra works too, because this tattoo used to be on my shoulder. Thanks a lot, Lester. Enjoy Jason. I appreciate you coming out. Thank you. Princess.
That was great.
Yeah, it was fun, actually.
Really great. Enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
really
were
nice.
fantastic. They really loved it.
Yeah, good. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm gonna be here as long as they'll let me be here, basically. I mean, I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. Penis. And, you know, make a difference, hopefully, be positive, and, you know, make some changes. I broke out of the hospital just to be here. I wasn't gonna miss this, dude. And make people laugh. I mean, at the end of the day, that's my job. That's what I do.
Back in London, Chun is hoping to receive good news in his search for love.
So the speed dating email will tell me what matches I've got and if I've got a second date or not. So I haven't got any future dates, unfortunately, from that event. Yeah, I've got a few friend zones, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll have to try again, won't I?
But Chun's hoping he'll have better luck at an altogether different event. PCA Muscleworks Classic regularly hold bodybuilding tournaments across the country.
Today I'm here for the bodybuilding competition. I'm feeling pretty shattered today, but yeah, I'm excited to get on stage and, you know, give it my best performance. Hi, registering for novice, Chun.
If he does well enough at one of the regional championships, Chun will win a place at the national finals.
At the moment, my ambition is just to give it my best performance so that I'm happy inside with what I've brought to stage.
But before Chun gets the chance to perform, he'll have to undergo the bodybuilding ritual of getting a spray tan.
Right, I'm going to put a top coat on you.
Yeah.
I'll have to get you in next because you're a novice, aren't you?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we need to get you in. Sorry, girls, we've got to get him in. Yeah. Your tan appointment was at 8:15 this morning.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
And these poor girls, look, you're lucky they don't beat you up.
Right now we're getting the tan done. It's really important because it shows off the definition of my physique. You know, you need that like golden glow.
Chun's a novice, a category for competitors who have never been placed in the top 3 at a Federation national final.
So in scoring, they look for obviously the proportions of your muscle, but also stage presence as well. I'm going to try and make it sort of like fun and engaging for the crowd. So I'm going to come in, it's like the Greatest Showman, so it's like, ladies and gents, this is the moment you're waiting for.
But the sheer physical advantage of Chun's competitors makes performing a daunting challenge.
I think I'm the only restricted growth person here competing today. My stature or height impacts how I'm judged because I can't put on as much muscle mass. But at the end of the day, it's all on your performance and the package you bring to the table. So we'll see how it goes today. I felt really accepted into the bodybuilding communities. People haven't like made an issue of my height, and people have actually really wanted me to be there because of my height and because of my personality.
Bodybuilding is a diverse sport, man. Like, no restrictions. You get me? Like, it just shows that there is no limit to what you can do. So it's good. It's good that he can actually come in and feel like he can do something as well without no limits. So it's good.
Huge big round of applause as we welcome on stage Stuart, Amar, Danny, Sean, Chun, Zico, Nathaniel, Robert, Alec and Dominic.
When I'm on stage, I'm focusing on keeping every muscle really tight, focusing on breathing as well. I'm like looking at the judges, looking at the crowd and looking happy to be on stage, which I am.
Our next athlete at 24 years old from the gym group in Wood Green, athlete number 17, Chun Tan.
My dad was like really loud. I couldn't really hear my mum. I could see them in the crowd. And my dad was like, yeah, go on, Chun. I had a really good engagement from the crowd, and I thought it went really well.
Unfortunately, there's no place for Chun in the national finals this time, but just competing against men this size is achievement enough.
I was pretty happy with my performance. Like, the anxiety I had today was like nowhere near like what I used to have. You know, today is just like a big mark for me, my inner confidence. Like, I am representing the restricted growth community, but I think everyone that has a disadvantage in life, just to know that you can work with what you've got, you know, to the best of your ability. If you want to go for something and you're able to do it, then you should just, yeah, go for it.